in psychology, we study a lot about memory, actually. Memory is one of the very common focuses when you study psychology, and it gets studied because our memories impact us so much. And what we know is that memory anyway is very unreliable. If I say to you, tell me your favorite childhood memory, let's go around, and you tell me, you're going to feel like the way you are describing it is exactly the way it happened. Right? Choose any memory. Just think in your own minds right now of a memory. Now, if I say to you, how sure are you that that's exactly how it happened? You're going to say, well, I'm very sure. Because, of course, I remember it. That's how it happened. I remember it. And yet what we know is that our memory is really embarrassingly bad. We think it's great, but it's embarrassingly bad. And this, one of the reasons that there's so much research on this is in court cases, when someone claims to be an eyewitness and they've got eyewitness testimony. That's considered like, oh, if there's an eyewitness, well, definitely it's happened. Agar koi kehta hai ki maine dekha mere aankhon se, then definitely it happened. And so they've started doing all of these research, and what they found is that if they show, for example, a video to people, and in the video there's a car accident, and they tell people, pay attention to this video as best as you can. And maybe the video is only 1 minute, not a big deal, very powerful video. And then afterwards they say to people, approximately how fast do you think the red car was going before the accident? Now, some people may say 40 miles an hour, some may say 60, some may say 70. But the trick is, there wasn't actually a red car. The cars were blue and green or blue and white or something. But almost no one says there wasn't a red car. Everyone gives a speed that the red car was going. And then, if you ask people a week later, what color was the car that caused the accident, they will remember it as red. Because we told them in the beginning, the red car. Now that's embarrassing as people who depend on our brains, on our memories for how we live. But study after study after study after study has shown over and over again that our memory is miserable. Inevitably, we merge things together, we fill in the blanks. Over time, they get completely changed. Even the memories that you think are your most vivid memories, I guarantee you, some major part of that memory is wrong. And I guarantee it only because I've studied the science. And the science says we just don't remember the way we think that we do. So the person has asked, what do you do if you find out that one of your favorite memories isn't true? Well, the first thing we do, even before that, is we realize most of our memories are probably not true. Or not true, at least in the way we remember them. Kuch to hua. Something happened, we remember the idea, the theme, but not the details. And this is really important because you realize how much of our anger, our pain, our grudges are rooted in what we think happened to us in the past. So right now, whether your memory has already been proven to not be right or not, realize your memories are not nearly as accurate as you think. And that's beautiful, because it actually frees us up. As long as we think that what I remember is exactly true, I'm stuck. I'm stuck with that identity, that story, that drama. The minute I realize, it's probably not true, or at least a lot of it isn't true. Pieces of it are, but a lot isn't. Then we become completely free to remember things in completely different ways. And what's important about our memories is how they impact us today. So if you've got a memory that's causing you pain, anger, grudges, guilt, tell yourself that chances are the way you're remembering it is not actually the way that it happened. And that now would be exactly the right time to let go of the anger, of the pain, of the attachment, of the guilt. And to stop living in the past. And similarly, if it's a good memory, we don't need to have these very vivid, sharp memories of goodness in the past. Create goodness here. Hold your memories. I'm not saying let go of your memories, hold them, but hold them lightly. Hold them lightly. Allow them to bring you joy. If you've got a beautiful memory, let it bring you joy. It's not exactly how it happened, no problem. There's no fine for remembering your memory wrong. The universe doesn't, make you pay some fine for that. Remember things in ways that either bring you joy or bring you lessons. As long as we know that they're not actually accurate anyway, let's remember our lives, redo our stories in ways either that bring us joy today or in ways that give us lessons. And that's the point that memory serves anyway. So whether it's exactly historically accurate or not doesn't matter. What matters is there joy in it or is there a lesson in it? And if there's either, then wonderful. But hold it lightly. The truth that we speak of is the truth of who we are, unchanging. And that's not dependent upon exactly what happened when you were 8 years old and exactly how you remember it. It's dependent on recognizing that the you who had an 8-year-old body is the same as the you who has this body now. That although the body has changed, you have not. That's much more important than an actual memory of when you were 8 or 9. So it wasn't exactly how you remembered it? No problem. Didn't happen at all? No problem. Does it make you happy to think about? Beautiful, think about it. There's no rule that says you can't rewrite your life. Wasn't so good the first time around? No problem. Remember it differently. Tell your story differently. What matters is how it impacts you today. Give yourself a story that today is going to bring you joy or inspiration or both.